Hey guys, this is Gerry O reporting for Kids First. Today we're at the press day for Earth to Echo. We're going to meet the cast, we're going to learn about the movie, we're going to have some fun. Let's go have some fun.
I don't care about no fire. I'm doing my interview and you're not going to stop me.
What's great about the movie is that look how far technology has come. Look at how effective it can be in a movie. But most importantly, look at what's happened to the generation. Well, forget about that. How about adults? I mean, everybody's on Facebook and everybody's using selfies, so that we can do 3D mock-ups from that to text messaging to filming yourself and documenting your own. This is Dave Green, the director. If you didn't like the movie, blame him.
He can also weigh in on the 3D also.
Yeah, we're just talking about having no. The Echo, the technology that we
Oh yeah.
because we had that. We also had a real robot, and we also did a lot of CG. I mean, he is a lot CG.
But now, how beneficial is it when you have now you have the technology, you can do these mock-ups and actually put something physical in the hands of the young actors and give them something to work off of?
Hugely beneficial. Yeah. The tricky thing is when they manufactured that little guy. We went to Legacy Effects, who they're the former Stan Winston Studios, and they're incredible. The Iron Man and the Jurassic Park are amazing. And they said, oh, it's really the challenge of Echo, because you want them to be this big instead of this big. The challenge is how do we pack all those robotics into something that's that tiny. So when he showed up on set, because we had such a quick schedule, he showed up on set a couple weeks into shooting, and we said, great, he can do all these things, but there were certain kind of like emotions, like we want him to breathe, and we want him to do many different things at once that we could really only do in CG. But I have to say it was really just our actors who made it come to life, because there were certain times where I'd be like, okay, Reese, it's Echo. And he would have to, his eyes would have to light up, and he would have to smile and like he's holding an alien, and that's really all him. And I wish I could say that we gave him something that was, but that comes from the kids entirely.
And it doesn't feel like manipulated, because the truth is, it's like that you're seeing on camera what's happening. That's it. That is it. We can't manipulate performances. I mean, that's what's kind of, I don't know what you guys thought about the movie, but I think the kids are pretty rad in this film. And the truth is, like, that's raw. That's raw right there. I mean, we're not cutting away from them because we can't. It's all in camera, so it's here to here, back to here, all live, one shot, like a play. So I think the kids deserve a lot more credit.
Yeah. If
they're not getting the credit, they deserve a ton of it, because it's about as raw, and for that age to perform at that level, to me, it's just.
Yeah, and I would say one of the things, like my favorite movies are always shot with perspective in mind. Whether it's the kids in Jurassic Park getting attacked in that T-Rex scene, the camera's inside the car. You're rarely cutting to an over the shoulder of a T-Rex, because you're telling the story from the audience's point of view, and so what it really let us do was make the audience feel like they were in the shoes of those characters, hopefully.
I think that kids need obstacles, or they get bored. They get bored and they get that there's nothing at stake here, so why am I watching this movie for an hour and a half? I'm bored. And the irony with kids is they are brutal. They are brutal on you with story. They'll call you out. They'll be like, I don't get it. I don't feel threat. So why do I have to watch these kids run around with a camera? It would literally be, there'd be nothing to watch, there'd be nothing to do, and they'll call you out. They're just too advanced, now, and especially with Transformers in the marketplace and things like that, where Dinobots are eating other Dinobots. We got to give them something to get inspired by,
They'd be like, well, this is great. This is a great story of children. Can Woody Harrelson be in it? And they'd be like, well, no, because it's not from the kid's perspective. And I think Andrew just gave us a chance to actually tell a story, which is rare these days in live action, from a kid's perspective. And we just wanted to honor that, because the things I love about those movies is that they don't pander, they don't condescend. They look at you right in the eyes of a child and treat you like an adult. And you're complicated, and you have a lot of feelings, just like me. And that's what we wanted to achieve, and that's what we wanted to pay homage to, because those hearts in those live-action movies, they just don't see.
I think that's what we're excited about this movie, is that, you know, I don't know about you guys, but as an adult, I still, heartbreak stinks. Saying goodbye is awful. You know, getting in an argument with a friend's terrible. And then when you're 12, heartbreak stinks. You know, having a girl say she doesn't like you is terrible. Having a friend make fun of you is the worst. I mean, the difference now is that maybe as an adult you can process it a little better. Maybe. You know, maybe. I'm still a mess. I still am in the fetal position when I get broken up with, you know. So I don't, what we love is that we wanted to bring that back a little bit, because it is lacking in the marketplace, and everything is about, you know, it is the big superhero movies, which I love, don't get me wrong, I'm there, but what about Time About a Family movie that actually doesn't talk down to kids or down to adults, you know? So.
One last question.
Dave Green,
Yes, sir.
you did a lot of the film from the perspective of the kids' cameras. What was the hardest scene to do that in?
That is a tough question. The hardest scene to do that way, I'd say the diner scene, maybe, because there's a challenge there. It's like, well, if you're gonna have a heart-to-heart with your friends or an argument with your friends, are you really gonna film it? You know, so that was the hardest to kind of process.
Yeah, where's the camera, and why does it keep switching, and how are we? Why is that? Why is it on? All of a sudden, you're like covering it real nicely, like these two people having a conversation.
But everything else was very fun. Like the spaceship takeoff was, I would say, the easiest. That was the most fun, because we just got to run around and imagine that.
How old are you, if I can ask?
I am 12.
You're 12. What did you think of the movie?
I loved it.
You dug it?
Awesome.
Why?
I loved it because I love that you tried to bring back the old feel of these type of sci-fi movies.
Oh yeah? Like what movies?
E.T., Close Encounters, those
Oh.
types.
Awesome.
Where are you from? You're from Close Encounters. You're from. You're rad.
Yeah.
You're 12 years old. You want a job? I think you're very smart. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you like the movie. That we made the movie for you.
Thank
know?
you.
Yeah, for guys like you. You totally get it. Everyone else, clear the room. I'd like to talk to you. Actually, maybe smarter than a lot of people in this room. I'm teasing. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it.